But for all the service that you've provided and for supporting this ministry and keeping it going in these 300 years. And I know how active your pastor and his wife are in our community, and many of you also. So I just want to say thank you so much, and Godspeed for the next 300 years. Thank you.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Pastor Gary, Noel, Pastor Watson, members and friends, this is really a wonderful, special day. I think most of you know me, and if you don't, I am the county legislator, Ben Boyden. And prior to being on the county legislature, I served you 14 years as a member of the county council. But this is a really historic day. And Pastor Gary, let me say thank you for that wonderful message. Founding of our future. That's fantastic. 300 years of service to this community. It's important to understand and realize and know our history, but what we do with it and how we move forward is really what is important. And that was really the message that I got today from that wonderful service. This church for 300 years has been really the heart of the community, serving the community, welcoming all of those that want to come. And when you look at this church and this congregation, you really see the reflection of White Plains. It's diversity, what it stands for. And when the names were called of all the organizations this morning, you realize the outreach of this church and this congregation. And for that, everyone should be honored and proud of what the White Plains Presbyterian Church does and will continue to do for this community. It is my pleasure as a member of the County Board of Legislators today to declare in the County of Westchester that this is the White Plains Presbyterian Day in the County of Westchester, May 18, 2014. And with that, this proclamation from me and all the members of the County Board of Legislators will be there for all of the people of goodwill in this county to understand and recognize forever. So thank
invitation, and let me say I represent White Plains, I represent Yonkers, I represent New Rochelle, I represent Greenburgh, all the river towns, and Scarsdale. So I think if you're not in my district, raise your hand. But the reality is, this week, for some reason, there were so many church anniversaries. 100-year here, 187 here, and I mean, it was really, and is really challenging. But who beats 300 years? So I said, well, just on the numbers alone, I gotta be here. But the pastor also, in extending the invitation, said to my scheduler, well, if she comes, she will be embraced by a congregation that really supports her. And who says that? So I will say that you're really fortunate to have your pastor. But then people say anything. You know that. So I come, welcome, and I listen to the message. I'm walking in while everyone is greeting. The announcement of all the people who we see doing things all the time in the community who've come here to celebrate and uplift this church. All of my great colleagues in government. All of the children who were able to come forth to be GSAs. And then he preaches the message, which supports every single thing that we work so hard to do. And I'm the leader of the Democrats in the Democratic Conference, by the way, the first woman in the history history of the state legislature to ever lead a conference. Less than 200 years after this governor decided on the date to free enslaved people in New York. So this is where we come from, and this is where we are. And yet, we fight. I fight with my conference for the passage of the DREAM Act. And we fight for our farm workers, and we fight to raise the minimum wage, and we fight for women's equality and reproductive choice. We pass marriage equality, but we know there is so much more to do on the education front, for our children, for our climate, for so many people, because we have been given this opportunity to do this service. So when I go back to the state with the knowledge that this is a congregation that gets it, this is a pastor that gets it, this is a people that understand that this beautiful edifice is not because you're 300 years old and look at me. This beautiful edifice is because something that reflects the will of God is happening here, and it's permeating throughout the city, the state. And if we work hard together, the nation and the world. So God bless you. Thank you. It is a complete honor.
In a moment, we are going to walk from this place out the door. We will follow the sidewalk, and the van will lead us. We'll follow the sidewalk to the new community garden beds. You will have an opportunity to pause at the small community garden bed. And there is a pile of beautiful dirt that has been rained on and now showered with sunlight today. And there will be shovels, and you'll have a chance to dig your shovel in, to pick up a little bit of soil, and to add it into the community garden bed. If you are a parent who sent their child to church school, you will meet them out by the community garden bed, where they've been doing some work preparing the garden, beautifying it for us when we get there. If you need use of a ramp to join the procession, we invite you to leave through this door to your right, where there's a ramp, and you'll follow the sidewalk along to the right and meet up with us. If you want to go directly to the church house reception, we invite you to leave through the door to your left and follow the stairs down to your left. Friends, this church was founded 300 years ago with the gift of land. And it was agricultural land that was set apart for the building of a church. And today, we set aside a piece of this church's property for the use of agriculture. Again, this will be a community garden space, a place where we can grow food for people in the White Plains community. And so we bless this soil. May this soil be a meeting ground for people who enter into new friendships. May it be a meeting ground for deepening lifelong friendships. May the soil remind us of the care that the earth requires and the sustenance that it provides.
Wait about the day.
Okay. All right, ready, guys? Here. Oh, yeah. Oh, there. That's better.